European Union sees no reason to remove clothes from Russians at the border. The European Commission has confirmed the ban on the import of personal cars by Russians. At the same time, it believes that crossing the border in clothes that fall under the sanctions should not be considered an offense. Russians cannot enter the European Union in private cars, as it falls under a ban on imports from Russia. But crossing the border in sanctioned clothing should not be considered a violation of the EU's restrictive measures, a European Commission EC spokesman said in a briefing. He was asked if Russian tourists can come to the EU in their cars, whether this is a new measure or some kind of clarification. As far as cars are concerned, yes, there is an import ban on them and they cannot enter the EU. When sanctions are applied, it must be strictly ensured that they are not circumvented, he said. Without clarifying how a personal car could be used to circumvent existing sanctions, the EC spokesman cited cars as an example of high-value goods for which Brussels' restrictive measures need to be respected. If someone crosses the border and their clothes are on the list for an import ban, but it is clear that they are unlikely to circumvent the sanctions. And this is not something that needs to be taken into account by enforcing the sanctions, he clarified. Last summer, Russians traveling to Germany faced seizure of cars by German customs. They confirmed that the import of passenger cars from Russia was prohibited under EU sanctions regulations. The Russian embassy in Germany said in early September that this practice continues in some cases. The European Commission in its explanations pointed out that it does not matter whether the vehicle is used for private or commercial purposes, as long as it falls under the customs codes in the sanctions list number 21, including code 8703. Covers passenger cars and other vehicles designed to transport less than 10 people, RBC wrote. In addition, the period for which the car is imported and the customs procedure e.g. release into free circulation or temporary importation are irrelevant, the European Commission said.